one? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell. I could have used a little more cowbell. You're gonna want that cowbell. Guess what? I got a fever.
Her hips ignite. I'm trading sad instead of holding tight. Date nights, cash, I roll the dice. Crypto fever's my vice. Ooh, I crave your heat, not blockchain's tease. Ooh, sugar and sats, don't cut me, please. Yeah, yeah. In my game ignite. Groove shakes me day and night. Her eyes blaze through the candle glow. I chase them, moon, let her savings go. Dinner's tab, my wallet's bled. Bull run till she's off to bed. Ooh, I crave your heat, not blockchain's tease.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we're doing something just a little bit different. One, we're late as hell, and since we're late as hell, we're going to go back in the day before internet, before Al Gore set his foot on the first, he made his first digital imprint on the discovered, invented the internet.
There was a time, ladies and gentlemen, back in the day. There was a time back in the day you would sit up late at night just to hear the late night craziness that would come out of local DJ's mouths. And now we got crypto and crazy. Two C's that just
seem like they fit right together. I can envision it.
Get ready for a wild ride. As we prepare to be amazed or bored as hell. I don't know, maybe. We're gonna blow your mind,
Or just make you think, why the hell did I even watch this channel anyway?
RSI, the tools of my trade. Volume spikes where the profits are made. Bullish and bearish, the market's mood. Stay alert, the game is never subdued. Highs and lows, the rhythm of the trade. Stay focused, don't let the noise invade. Technical analysis, my trusted guide. In the crypto market, I ride the tide. Crypto patterns, they come and go. Stay
PC guy.
the market flow. Buy the dip, sell the peak.
Well, this is going to be an interesting couple of years. Feels like we need to accumulate a split of crypto and stocks right now. Law.
I think the years will probably start looking good, but man, this is going to be a bumpy ride right now. And I know that some of these things will get some
True surprises.
We got something we need to probably keep our eye on to help us navigate that.
To the time.
Are we going to start early even though we're starting late? Time is relative. Whatever time it is, if you don't have some cowbell.
Well, you there at the wrong time, buddy. The right time to be there is when you got some cowbell.
How do you know when you've arrived?
The tools of my trade.
I hear the cowbell. calling me home. What the hell am I watching, Helen? Where's that collector?
For those of you out there that hit that like button, I should say thank you very
Back
much.
in the days when Elvis was in color, ladies and gentlemen, and hand clappies were just at the bottom of every screen. How's it going, everybody? We're doing it a little bit different tonight. Ooh, are you clipping? There are no visuals. I don't know. We'll see where this one goes. But hey, man, this is Friday. It's black and white if you hadn't figured it out. I said boomer stream. However, if you guys bitch enough in the chat, we will change it back to the color version. Maybe the 1960s version, Technicolor. But back in the day, black and white TV, late night AM radio, when cowbells ring. See what I did there? Come on, friends. So here in the Daily Man, what's going on with the Bitcoin when the rest of the markets are just freaking out? Man, they are freaking. Oh, looky there. Gosh. Oh, that's why they were freaking. I was hoping they would bounce right there. I thought it was a little hopeful, but you know, it was good if they did. But this is not a bad place either. However, this was just Friday. This is just Friday. This microphone. Are you a microphone? The value of the dollar is going right around with it. You can actually see it because I don't have a turkey head. Billy C. So cowbells rule. I think so too. Reese John, what's going on? Oh, look, there's the thing that we need. You guys are in black and white. It's like we're back in the day. Kelly Pan says it's like driving pug. What was it? I have no idea what I just walked in on. Road Dog has the heart of a man with a tiny pup you can carry under your arm. I don't know what. She keeps wanting. She subliminally tried to influence me to get a tiny dog, which I love dogs. It's just trying to convince my wife of that. She likes cats, and we have a cat that is kind of like a dog. He's a Cornish Rex, and he's not. It's about as close as a cat can get to a dog. But it's still not a dog. Sad thing about dogs are they just they have short lives. So they need that extra appreciation while they're here. Elvis got peanut butter in the microwave again. Elvis, you know those things are best deep fried. They're good anyway you can fix them over here, man. You're eating one right now, ain't you? You got a problem one? You want one? I can make you one. I'll go get one right now. Come on. Hey, Sean, come on, bud. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to be in for a treat for some fried peanut belly. But it probably is peanut belly. Bacon and jelly, fried peanut butter, banana, ham, bacon sandwiches. Deep fried. Ryan K says, I'm old enough to remember smacking my black and white TV on the side to get it to tune in. Oh, the days. So, man, the days. There was that time. And if you're born late into a generation like that, you know, kind of carried on from earlier. It was wild. So, we got SPX. That's the standard. That's the I think it's Standard & Poor's, right? Commit the stuff to memory, and then you're like, oh my gosh. It's the top tech stocks there, and this is a good
combination of stocks in an index that they follow. It gives us a good feel about how the market's going over there. With tech stocks, which Bitcoin used to be mostly, associated with. So when they had bad days, we had bad days. Well, they're having really, really bad days, and Bitcoin's kind of going up. If you haven't noticed, the Bitcoin dominance continues to go up, and altcoins are just actually stabling out. Now, I find that kind of interesting that altcoins are kind of stabling out. So what's going on? Are we getting altcoin season? I would not buy into that whatsoever. I would be cautious on altcoins and maybe think about some short-term trades. But or there might be, there might be some shorts to be set up. I don't know. I'm not sold on what's going on. Let's take a look at Bitcoin and see what's going on here, ladies and gentlemen. Just 13 people. Not everyone digs it. Is the black and white? Is it too much? It's like a silent movie. It is. Is the black and white too much? How do you change that now? Oh my God, you can't do it. No! We can go to the... Oh my gosh. Dude, it's like very neon in here, man. Whoa, where's the dance chicks? There you are. Hey, darn it. There's a banana trying to stick up in my rear end. Please move it to the rear of the building. I don't even know where we're supposed to be right now. I think at 0. Maybe, are we normal now? Are we normal now? Are we ever normal, ladies and gentlemen? Is it better if I were a turkey? This new layout on my OBS is messing with me, and I got 2 different chat places over there. And then I lose the one that actually makes it where I can show it. However, that works. Welcome to the world of YouTube here. When YouTubes and boomers unite, there you are. Found you. You thought you getting by with you. Hey, you thought? See, this is the one that makes everything pop up on the screen. See? Yeah, I lose this one and then I can't do that. Bang it on the side. Kudo 300 ohm. Billy Mong Thornton, how's it going? Reese John, Billy C, Kelly Pants, Draga Heart, Sid, Board PC guy. I'm saying shout out to all you guys hanging out with me again tonight. Trying to get the mix of the voice and the music here, so I'm not overpowering it. Let's get into Bitcoin, shall we? What's this weekend going to be like? Is it going to be juicy good? Are there any good setups we can get in? Should we be bullish? Should we be bearish? Can you tell me? Can you tell me? Can you? Because man, I think it's very interesting. Now the rest of the market is scared, which we are still tied to. You remember there's a world outside crypto that goes on. Believe it or not, for some of us it's hard to are you clipping? Some of it's hard to understand that, but there's a whole other world out there that can have a big effect on us. Let's keep that in mind, okay? And a lot of people are scared out there, which does make it a good opportunity. Now, investors, you guys should be getting a boner right now. You should be like, ooh, Helen, did you see what just happened over there? I don't even know how that would even translate or what that even means, ladies and gentlemen. That's where we went, and that's a late night show. So anyway, so trend lines will help. I like to line up some candle bodies here. It's kind of janky, but I want to get some candle bodies, and we see how they respect other candle bodies in the way there. That's good enough for me right there. We'll get a good little nice angle to follow, and a nice little boundary between us and what we will think is, hey man, looks like we're finally going somewhere. And right now we're not at that point to say, hey man, looks like we're finally going somewhere. We're like, hey, we keep bouncing our head here and getting rejected down. We might do that again too. That could happen. There's some good signs. Hey, it's Friday. Don't trust what they're doing on Friday. It's a sucker's game in most cases. In most cases, it will go against you if you chase anything over the weekend. This is the point of disbelief also. I'm curious what they'll do. They like to get us. They like to get us on Fridays, and then they like to get us on Sundays. But the rest of the market, we got to play ball with them too, and they're scared AF. And you got a lot of FUD going out there about all the tariffs and everything. And you see that some countries are just coming in line, and Vietnam came to the table, and now there's no tariffs against them. So I think it's really just a tool to level out the playing field. And just to sort out, who is friend, who is foe, and I don't know what all they're doing, but it's going to be a little turbulent while it figures out. And there's going to be, people are going to be fearful and selling at the wrong times. And some people may be buying at the wrong times. Some people may be shorting at the wrong times, right? It'll be choppy chop. So be careful. But for the investor out there, ooh, you guys are getting a boner. We're in a good time. We're in a good place. Because no matter how you look at it, so far, even if this is not our complete bottom down here, have we ever talked about this, ladies and gentlemen? Well, I'm sure you see me do it with many other things, but one way that you need to look at this market, my personal opinion, at this point in the time, was our top up here, ladies and gentlemen, up and to the left, and down here at the bottom was our, as was just mentioned, bottom. And we have the good graces to be down here, and hey man, this is a pretty good place to buy territory. We're actually at the very top in that range. Now, it is true, do not get me wrong, this is why it's more of an investor kind of hard-on kind of guy, person, but these areas down here, 76, 72, those are being talked about, and those are rightly to be discussed. If we cannot get past this area very soon and hold it, we must hold it. Now, before us coming here is the dreaded, nasty, get the cowbell. Get the cowbell. The ringing of the cowbell to save us. There is this rumors of this nasty death cross coming. And while we thought everything was going very well for us, they came from the skies. Beyond the clouds, the red clouds. It's always the red clouds, isn't it? Seems like. Maybe it's not. We'll have to backtest and see on next episode. But right now, the 50 moving average here on the daily. Now, if we were on the 1 minutes, we would entertain this thought. Oh, that looks very interesting. But here on the daily, it has a lot more weight. Because that's a lot more days of us saying, hey man, why am I in crypto? I mean, for real? For real, dude? I mean, why am I here? Because a lot of people feel that way, but the other markets, man, everybody, they're looking at their 401ks and their Roth IRAs, their retirement accounts, and they're all seeing some fear right now. And we're seeing some of that. Well, there's a shaking going on. So for the sake of your long-term mindset and everything, just expect that we might be seeing, I think, maybe 78,000s, darling. And I don't know if it might be this Sundays, it might be next to Sundays, I don't know, but I do think they likes to do that on a Sunday, on the good Lord's Day, for some reason. Now, before markets open and blah blah blah, maybe in preps for a Monday. I'm just saying, that's the patterns that they like to do. Now, couple that with some other world events and other stuff, whether it might magnify that or maybe not. They like to play them games. Do not be chasing on the weekendeth. Saith the road dog. How's it going, everybody? We got 14 people hanging out in this kind of weird ass stream tonight. There is no turkey on the screen. And where'd the chat go, man? You guys keep like going somewhere. Are you running away? What's happening, Helen? Lock the door. Kellyfant, hey there, So. How's it going, So? The message retracted. I just kind of figured it would be. Hey, man. I retract that message. This is going to be interesting. Oh, hey, I've seen that. I've read that 3 times. Elvis got peanut butter in the microphone. Here we go. We've got colored. It's just like the Wizard of Oz started. I know. We just need Pink Floyd in the background, man, and a little a little love in our hearts, and it would just be banana, chicken. Y'all need to get with it, baby. I know I need to see you get with it, baby. I'm starting to wonder about you. I got my eye on that banana and that chicken. Okay. They did not inhale. You need a light? Well, it might get a little steamy.
Mining truths in the networks deep, where trust is born, where promises keep. No banks, no borders, no strings to hold. Futures within the
Ladies and gentlemen, Ave Medina. You rock, dude. So the intro that I used tonight was what he put together. It's I thought we gotta see it. Should we see it? Do you guys want to see it? Yeah, you guys to see it. You probably didn't see it. It was this. Are we gonna see it? We might see it. Do you want to see it? You're going to see it.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell. I could have used a little more cowbell. You're gonna want that cowbell. Guess what? I got
For those of you out there that have hit that like button, I just want to say thank you very much.
Wasn't that cool? That was awesome. Thank you, my man, for that. That is awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, while I go to the side here, so there's some good deals on small coins, right? Is it the time? Is it the time for small coins? Do you think it's time? Depends on what you're trying to do, man. If you're trying to slowly build up, you're probably, at a good place, a great place to do most of your DCA, in my personal opinion, for all coins. I would be careful because we can still dip back into these areas over these next little bit. We still got some bad stuff, bad mojos that still are going on here. I wouldn't go too gung-ho. We may stick around here for a little while, man. I mean, for real. Not bad, but just ain't great. It's like, oh man, we missed our heyday. And it makes you appreciate these times when you are going straight up, like, oh man, we're going to the moon, never going to stop. And, we're all disco pumping and everything, right? But we're at some areas to start leveling out here overall. But doesn't mean that just because we're doing that we're ready to recover. It's going to be a little bit before I think the real money comes in here, but we're starting to get some decent signs here. I like to look on some of these bigger time frames here, and I like to see some of the signs. We're starting to see some of the early signs here on Total 3. I like what I'm seeing here as a possible. We're not quite there, but we're almost there. Next few weeks, we're trying to round out here. We're trying to round out before we start, and this is a lagging indicator, so we're getting there. I want to give you some hopium. You want some hopium? Well, we foresee into the future. I feel like being freaky tonight, but I don't have the studio lights on or nothing, hell, and there's nothing going on behind me. I don't know if I got that chat rate. It's only at 5. If I got it up to something like, I don't know, an 8, or I don't know how you do that, a 7, I don't know. If it got up there, it might bring out the freaky zombie dude. I don't know. I'll let you guys figure it out. Otherwise, we're going to pretend that we're just listening to the radio on a camping trip. Hey, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, look, the radio's got a screen on it. You must have been after 1985. So we're not out. We're at an area where we can find support. Overall, when we take a look at the bigger picture here, which we should do here, and looking to the left, we're at areas that we should be finding support here, okay? No matter what school of thought you go to, whether you're a trend line supporter, a Fibonacci supporter, or even a support resistance previous area supporter, the resistinator, whichever school of thought that you go with. Hey man, can't we all get along? we you know, I think we agree this is an area that would be good bounce from, right? Actually, yeah, looks pretty good on most indicators I see. Looks, you know, above neutral for, hey man, we could, hey, you want to party this weekend? Why, yeah, I'll get with, you know, and we're planning for a celebration here to be coming soon, but just not yet. We're still in the planning stages, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's a good time to keep that in mind. What we need to be looking at, and what I do not have on here, but what we will have on here is the OVIX. That vapor rub that we all came to love and know when we were a kid. The OVIX. Actually, the volatility index, my bad. You remember VIX Vapor Rub? It's not really the season for it anymore, is it? Man, here on the weekly, it's doing what well, I mean, we would want to, as investors and people with money and dry powder who were smart enough not to just sink it all into the market earlier. They're the ones that are getting a boner right now because this little guy. The more it goes above this 30 number, where did it go, VIX? Right here. Man, that's it's kind of like your fear and greed. And that little booger can work. Now we got the capital.com volatility index. Somehow this little sucker looks different from the one I was looking for. Volatility, let's look at this in S&P 500. Yeah, here we go. This is the one. So the general rule on this one, so if for investors, we're looking at that and saying, this is actually a good time to slowly accumulate. Are you hearing me? This is not financial advice. This is crypto opinion, and just these are the rules of the market games that you rarely find yourself in. But the thing is, it's not time to sink it all in. If you look, yeah, sometimes we're in and out with that. Yay! And then sometimes it goes on a little bit longer than maybe you anticipate before. Yay! So there might be some more fear and, you know, things. Some people comparing what we're going through back to March 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 5 years ago, when the plague cameth upon us. And wow, that was a trip. In so many ways, when it continued on way up there, Donner. And as everybody knows, that was the best time to think, hey man, I want to go into Bitcoin. Anybody that implemented that has reaped the rewards from that and held on to that, and that would have been, oh baby. Now, I don't know if we'll ever get back up there. I hope to gosh not, because that would be some kind of catastrophic event, a big dynamic shift, which was not fun to go through for a lot of people. They're feeling very similar to that now, even though we're way away from that so far. Don't mean it can't happen, darling, but it would suck, in my personal opinion, to go through that. I mean, who for the next, this is a 2-week candle. You seen that 2-week candle? Who for the next, who for summer and everything else wants to do that? Now, something like this, maybe 1 week of it, but I mean, that was, oh, darling. But it did pay off. It did pay off. But that was the great shakening. And that's when a lot of people got money that, they were blessed with a lot of money. Just being at the right time, place at the right time. Knowing what to do at those moments. Are we headed up there? Investors, if you're looking at things, and I don't mean just in crypto or whatever, finding the good stocks that you are familiar with, but these are the times that you would start looking for bottom signs on them. And maybe slowly accumulate. I'm just saying, we just saith heareth. And this one looks strong, man. The VIX looks strong. She looketh strong like she could still goeth uppeth. My mouth is stucketh. What saith thee in the chat? Where chat rate is still a rate out of 5, so I guess we're sticking with the radio thing, the radio theme. Is that correct? Ryan K says we need more cowbell. Or Ave says we need more cowbell. You know, I can break out the big cowbell. We got the big cowbell and the old Bessie cowbell going on. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, if you don't mind, if you bear with me for just a do it. No, that's a lot to do. Give me just a moment. If you don't, no, we'll lose everybody if you do it. You know you will, so don't do it. But why not, Sheriff? How the hell we get the sheriff in here? Hey, that's the fuzz. Get down. On the left, Bobby. Get the fuzz. Ace. Somebody say Ace. Oh, hey, man. What you? Oh my gosh. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I've got nobody to run the studio at the moment. Don't even know what happened there, man. This is Total 3 on the 6 hour. It looks like we might have a little bit of a juicy weekend as they try to entice some buyers up here. I think that we might see a little jump into altcoins this little weekend. Now, there might be some little trades to the upsides, and once they get to a certain area, I would think maybe you might want to look at some shorts to the downside, because it looks like it could be a juicy, turbulent time for altcoins. I would try to look for I don't see signs that we're getting ready to just break out just yet. But this is a nice place. They may be breaking us up this weekend. But don't get the hopes that we're getting ready to recover. That's what I'm saying. Kind of the last things that we've been doing for these past 3 weekends. And if you've been doing that, paying attention to that, you've been a little bit on the more the right side. Right now we're in a bearish downtrend. If we are taking a move, or in the thought process, it needs to be we are selling as that's going up, or in essence kind of shorting that as we're making lower highs. Just for a little bit. But now for somebody trying to look for a long, I think your best opportunity would probably be somewhere around Sunday. That's when they like to come in and really play with everybody's head, is on a Sunday night. Drive all the market down in anticipation for the death drop that would be coming on Monday, which may not even come at all. There's a lot that can happen between now and then. So, ladies and gentlemen, how's the user plays in it? We got Joe. How's it going, Joe? Sean ain't getting no bonus this year. She's always stormed out of the room. Ron K said, how the hell is the chat rate at 5? We're blowing it up here. Oh my God, it's 14 now. Hey. Well, okay. Well, as long as nobody leaves, let's go over here to Bitcoin, or as I like to say, where it's like watching paint dry. Until that one day it's not, and it's like, oh my God, it's going to 0. We'll make it more interesting, and we'll put it on the 1 minute. Wow, that seems to be where everybody wants to be. We will bring out. Are we bringing out the turkey? Are we bringing out the turkey? I wasn't going to stream tonight. That's the thing about it. I almost wasn't going to do that. Sometimes when I fall asleep early, like an old man, Grandpa, that's what it feels like sometimes. Well, sit here and watch paint dry with Bitcoin if you like here. This is not the 1 minute. This is the 3 minute. You're cheating us, darling. You're cheating us. Give it to us all. Give it to us hard, or we'll watch it over here. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Are we gonna keep the 800? Or are we going to lose the 800 moving average? I say we got more of a chance to keep it. I hope we do. I hope we do. I think we can. We're going to try to keep it. I hope we do. But from what I see on the other ones, I think we're going to try to. Watch me be totally wrong. You say you suck, road dog. I'll be back in just a minute.
Public ledger, truth laid bare. No middleman, no suits who stare. Notes whisper stories.
Leave the D8, but take that.
World we hold so near.
Well, bring the turkey.
Tribal beats in this wired up soul. Art and dreams under one control. NFTs painting skies so wide on this digital wave. Gonna ride. Crypto skies, they call my name. Stacking sats, never playing the same game. Decentralized, life shining bright. Blockchain beats in the pale moonlight. Mining truths in the networks deep, where trust is born, where promises keep. No banks, no borders, no strings to hold. Futures open, the streets are paved with code. Crypto skies, they call my name. Stacking sats, never playing the same game. Decentralized, life shining bright. Blockchain beats in the pale moonlight. Public ledger, truth laid bare. No middleman, no suits who stare. Nodes whisper stories peer to peer. Building a world we hold so near. Public ledger, truth laid bare. No middleman, no suits who stare. Nodes whisper stories, peer to peer. Yeah, building a world we hold so near. Tribal beats in this wired up soul. Art and dreams under one control. NFTs painting skies so wide on this digital wave. Gonna ride. Whispers of code in the midnight shade. A world of gold.
Helen, I think it's starting up again.
For banks or the keys they hold. Just trust in the chain and
You gonna bring the popcorn, Helen?
Get it yourself, yo, go.
Love you too, Helen.
You suck, Sean.
Helen, you know my name ain't Sean.
chasing the light in our digital dream.
Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we're starting to lose price action here on this way little time frame of the 1 minute. We're flirting with you. What do you think is going to happen? Are we ready? Oh my God, you got the chat rate up to 70. That is, I don't know, you guys can't see that, but can I show that? Chat rate is 74. I think that is the first time ever on this stream. That is great. What do you guys, what does that look like? What does that even look like? I didn't even think bots could do something like that. Oh my goodness. You guys totally spammed the chat. That is crazy. Are we ready for the turkey? Oh my God, we got a super chat. My man, I'm trying to get a little less boomery, and I'm trying to do something with the stream element stuff. And I think Joe sent me a video, which Joe, thank you. I appreciate it, but I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to get there. I'll go watch that. EW299, thank you so much, my man. I'm trying. Hey, clap your hands. Where are you when I need you? There we go. Those still work. Those still work. This new setup is really. Do I need that? Well, oh, that's better. Okay, I didn't need that. New setup is really kind of messing with me. Thank you, EW. I appreciate it. We got. I think it's a super sticker. Thank you so much. Let me come up here and make sure I did not miss anything here. And oh my gosh, we got a bunch of it going on. Thank you so much, guys. We got EW. I figured I would join too. Hope this helps. You're all. Uh-oh. We got Melissa. Thank you so much. You all are the best. Any good vibes? Always 100%. Thank you so much. Appreciate your support. That helps. Somehow, when this wants to work and cooperate with me, I can come over and put those cute little hearts. I don't know. What is that? Oh. YouTube, I really wish you would redo this box, because when I come over here to click on it, and it gets this box, and if I hit something by accident, I mean, these are not good. A pin message, report what, remove, timeout. There's these things over here. I don't want to click on those by accident. And it's just in a way I'm trying to click on it so you guys can see it, and then so I can see it, but then I can't see it because of that box. And my mouse, I swear, I put a new battery in. You quit messing up on me. It's Mercury in retrograde, it is. I'm still blaming it on that, darling. Always still not. Oh my God, chat rate is 145. That has never happened. On the history of all things in my YouTube, 25 people thinking that, and 26 concurrent, 27 concurrent. Is it time for the turkey? It looks like you guys are asking. I thought I had the turkey on already. My gosh. Well, first thing, let's get that chicken off, because that chicken's starting to. I'm fighting with this mouse. I don't, my computer or something. I'm fighting with it. All right, so first thing is first. Here's something to entertain you, but the chicken's got to go. Oh, you didn't even see it happen, did you? Yeah. Distracted by things in the sky, and then your chickens disappeared. So did the eggs. Whatever. Just saying. Did it happen or did it not? I don't even know where that came from. That's just, I'm just spitting the stuff out of my mouth. Those things did happen. I am not saying anything is going on. I don't even know how we got on this subject. That is freaky. All right. All right, let's bring things on here, darlings. Are we ready? Here come the turkey. This one, Sean, hit the button. Hi! Here comes the turkey with the cowbell. 43 minutes into the show. So I see all you guys. Brave Expanse. There's Joe from chat rate. I've never, wasn't it like 170 something at one time or something crazy like that? 175, I think it said that. I wish I'd shown it. And it's at 134 right now. That's crazy. Can I take a picture of that? Is that possible? Does this work? Oh my gosh, what's this? Was this work? I guess not. I guess it doesn't. That sucks. Oh well. 139. That's crazy. Hey guys. So as we can see here in the 21-minute time frame that we wanted to say screw you, road dog, and your hopes for us to go to the upside, we want to take you down, darling, on Bitcoin. Screw your hopes and your dreams of any kind of up chasing to the moon over the weekend, because I bet some of you were hoping for that. And here they come dropping us. I'm not surprised, and you know, I'm not saying I knew anything's going on. I just don't like to play their game on Fridays. And I hope that this weekend we probably will get a little bullish on some things, and I plan on trying to take a little profit where I can if they hit areas. We're on the tiny 1 minute, and we just, first thing we need to do, honey, I know for you DJs, I know you've been looking at here and scalping all day, and if you were scalping, you had some good moves, man. Let's see how our little moving average system that is very unique to this channel. You will not find it just anywhere, ladies and gentlemen, just the freaky turkeys who use this. The 666 moving average, and I know it sounds diabolical and it sounds evil, but the devil is in the market. It is true. That is what they say. But anyway, I'm not saying you gotta be buddies with it. You just gotta keep your eye on it. Strange thing is, I did back test the 777 and all those numbers, and it wasn't, not really, nothing impressive. But the 666, it actually does have something 800. So with the 1200 variations of that, believes it or not, the 800 moving average is the 200 on the 4-minute time frame, and the 5 minute should be somewhere really close to there. Well, quite a little bit, off a little bit. Stop getting into math. You'll look stupid, boy. Go back to what you know. Let's just zoom out. All right, because that'll tell us where we need to go. Won't it? It usually does. Hey, everybody, I'm a turkey. Yeah. All right. I feel like my computer is just kind of lagging, and I'm like, stop it, man. Why are you doing this to me? Stop it. Is there anything that I need to, do I need to just stop? Free up some spaces there or something? Let's see how this helps. So Bitcoin on the daily, we're below the 200 moving averages. Darling, not looking too healthy, but not looking too bad. I'm just saying. They had a little spike up to get us hopium going, but we didn't make a higher high, and that's the first sign of a, hey man, well, that's a fake out too, when it had a little trend line drawn there. No matter how you got it, whether it was perfect or not perfect, you saw that we did not go any further. I like to take them from the bodies to the bodies. I really pay a lot more attention to the angle now than the actual perfections of the touches, if that makes any sense. Anyway, trend lines are very important in my personal opinions, what I trade mostly off of. Connect those and you get a little pattern, and those little patterns are some ideas that you can just keep in the back of your pocket. Any little data that you can collect on this market to make it more profitable and into your favor, in my personal opinion, is not a bad thing. Whatever school of thought tickles your little fancy that helps to put a little bit more silver or gold Bitcoin into your little pocket to your fancy purse, I think is the way that you should go. My life as a jack of trades just makes me think that, well, we'll just take a little bit of what works here, a little bit of what works there, put it together with our little spit and elbow grease, make our own little magic for it, put it together. That's our little spice. That's all I'm presenting to you, is what I've presented and put together to help me navigate this market, which I might admit, and I'm not trying to polish one's own knob here, even though it is kind of fun to polish that little knob from time to time, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to say anything about knob polishing, it's just coming out that way. It just sounds kind of weird. Where were we going with this? Oh my god. We do pretty good, if I might say, you know, into the forecasting realm. I see some shakiness before the golden skies are coming our way, but the golden skies are coming our way, ladies and gentlemen. They're just going to bore us to tears before we get there and really try to shake us up. So investors, it is time. The blood, the scarce, they're in the streets. We got the fear and greed index. Oh look, now yesterday's 28. Now we're not quite as fearful. Last week we were 26. We're just kind of getting used to it. Like, yeah. I mean, you killed altcoins like 3 times in the last 6 weeks, man. I mean, pretty soon the bullet that doesn't hurt anymore. That doesn't hurt anymore. But we're not as scared as we were. Come on. What else you gonna? I mean, all right. Yeah, but is my altcoin still going? It doesn't matter, you know. So it looks like we're starting. Our skin is getting a little tougher, is what it looks like. If you ask me, I think that's kind of cool. As we go into the weekend, I think a lot of people saying, "Now, screw you. I'm not playing this game anymore." That's what I'm doing. I'm just saying. I'm waiting for these opportunities when things do come down. I like it when it comes down. And I think we might have to do it. Look at you moving averages, if you will. Do you see what's coming? The death cross everybody's scared about. You know, it doesn't change everything. Okay, we got a 100 still up here. We still got some upward momentum. I'm not trying to scare you out. I am not calling for. Some people are calling for bear cycle for yeah. And no, we are in a correction. We are in a correction. In my personal opinion, we are just in a correction, and there is a shakeout. And I would not put it past us to come down to this 360 moving average. I just we came down to her and touched her before, and dang near touched her a second time there on this daily chart. It's just something that we seem to kind of do if we're kind of near it, and I'm just saying that we might be doing that again. We just keeping ideas open there with all the craziness in the markets. They're freaking the F out, man. What is it? The QQQ on NASDAQ? Look at this is how they did today. This is what everybody's talking about on the news. And you're like, Bitcoin number going to go up. Altcoin's going to go up this weekend. Yeah, let's take this long, baby. Let's put her a 75x long on Fartcoin. Yeah, done it. I mean, maybe. But this is starting. It looks like they want to come down and talk to the devil, darling, and I think that they probably should. The devil looks like it has something to say to the Invesco QQQ. I'm just saying, Miss Lucy. You know who I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about. Hey, Miss Lucy. Where the hell did Lucy go? Lucy? We lost Lucy. I don't know what happened. I'm so disappointed. We found her. There she is. Yeah, we're coming down to talk to her, in my personal opinion. So, for anybody looking for some good buys for stocks, I'm just saying. Look at this big curve that the whole QQQ whatever, I don't know, it represents the market as a whole has been doing. They have just been on this big parabolic move. Well, they get up to an area and then there's a decline. There's a correction, and that was kind of steep. As many waves as it, or as many waves as it did down there. And we're dropping right now, and it may last a minute. It might. There's a chance we can bounce here. I think what we would be looking for is a dead cat bounce. Is that it? What we're looking for? We can bounce off this 100, come back up here, but we're probably going to come back on this one here. We're on the weekly, and at some point talk to this 200 moving average. So to me, we're kind of, it's part of a bigger correction here. So the markets, in my personal opinion, are not through freaking out. This is not what I want to hear either, people. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing on the charts. And it is great news that Bitcoin didn't fall today. That's cool. But it doesn't mean that it's going to be the strong safe haven either. When you look at gold, where's gold? Is this gold futures? Shoot, let's look at gold futures. I'm not filling out nothing. Get out of here. What the hell? Go. Now you've put me on Apple. I fell for this one time before and charted it. Apple, you suck. You can get. Look. Nailed it. You suck. I'm just. It's easy. I just go to Pax Gold. Pax G. Stick with crypto. We're all going to get tokenized anyway, darling. It's all going to get tokenized anyway. And Shazam! Look what happened in the gold here, man. The market is scared. The market be scared right now. And I know gold's getting a little bit of a pullback, but that would be normal. Look, she's. If we look at this as channel idea, which is a little bit sloppy. At least on the weekly time frame. It probably made sense on the daily if that's where we did it. I wish I had more historic evidence over here on this, but we don't on this token, but gold price. But the big thing I'll be looking for is just the trend line we're on, and man, we're on the secondary trend line. And for now, she's still doing pretty good, and even if she does pull back again, it still looks like we're going to hover around $3,000 or something for a little bit for gold. If we are breaking out of a channel idea, we got a measure move that can take us up. And I like to go with the angle, so hypothetically, if we're going to be hypothetical, do I need to tighten up this moving average a little bit? Or this measure move a little bit? I will. I think you should always tighten up your game whenever. And it's ironic, right up to this wick that we went up there before, 34. They say often what gets wicked often gets candlestick, darling. Hey, how you doing? Huh? What gets wicked often gets candlestick. Woo! Ride the pony. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. You just get whatever comes out of these little turkey lips. Did you know turkeys have lips? This one doesn't have a pecker though. Look all around. You're not going to see a pecker nowhere. There is no beak, nothing there. If you stick your hand right in front of my face, I can't peck you. I have no pecker. I am the peckerless turkey. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You know my deep dark secret that the turkey without a pecker is over here giving not financial advice, but giving crypto opinion. We're just doing TA, baby. I'm just showing you the TA, the stuff that I use to help me find these areas that are really juicy to either long, short, goes to take profits on bigger time frames, bigger swing trades. For the swing traders, baby, you're in the right place. So let's go. So Pax G, you trying to go up there? Could you get up to 34? I think so. I'm actually looking for about 33, to be honest with you. It's the numbers that I've tagged from other charts I've looked at for gold. But 34, maybe, darling, maybe. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to get a little bit of a chat action going on over here. Man, you guys had my chat rate crazy. That was amazing. 26 people hanging out. I can't even get to the bottom of the chat. Where's it at? Now we got to go one by one. Glittery Marshmallow, how's it going? R.S. Miller, 1981 was a good year. Football. We should go to the little bow thing. Is it? You guys are wanting to go to the? Have you guys done that? We haven't done that in a long time. Is it still football season? Oh my God! You're a boomer. No. What are you doing, Bitcoin? Are you dropping on us? Are you falling on us, darling? Is it time to short you? Is it time to do that? Let's see if the poor little mouse can handle this shot. Neil, Bob, Elvis, where are you? Oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Crypto Bowl. We're looking at Bitcoin on the 15-minute because we're just all nerds here. The real numbers come down to the 1-minute timer. Well, that's right. Here, late night Crypto Bowl, brought to you by Mattel Electronics. Not really, but we're hoping they'll sue us for having their name in here on the show. Bringing back those billions of nostalgia back in the 1980s. When real men watched Friday or Saturday morning cartoons. Thundercats. We seem to be finding a little bit of support here at the $83,642 mark, ladies and gentlemen. Will it hold or will we continue to the downside? It does look like the bears are in control at the moment, and this music seems to be very damn loud, in my personal opinion. Hello, music. My goodness, ladies and gentlemen. Have we got everything playing here? Oh, you got every... Ladies and gentlemen, here we are. The crucial moment. Will we find support or will we continue to the downside? We have muted the crowd microphone for added effect as we see our support levels drops on stage like somebody just came up and pantsed us, exposing us on the day we decided to go commando. And there's Jenny. Fourth row back with her nerdy little friend and the one that's kind of hot that you would have asked out anyway, but then you kind of, I don't know, there's something about Jenny. There's Jenny. You guys remember Jenny? Jenny makes your heart beat kind of like this little beat on the drum. Jenny makes you want to do things. Drink a little rum. Waste your licks or lips make you wonder what else you can do with that little... Let's get back to the... Where's the... We're stuck with the drums, ladies and gentlemen. I ran out. Sean! Connect the wires, dude.
We need a soldering iron, sir.
Oh, jeez. We are using equipment from the 1980s, ladies and gentlemen, if you can tell. We are approaching the sidelines, ladies and gentlemen, of this trend line that I just drew because it's a magical trend line, and only we draw magical trend lines by magical turkeys here on... Oh, we're not really doing turkeys anymore, are we? 30 people join me on the stream tonight as we just kind of look silly here at the 1 minute time frame. We're getting ready to take it up and make it a little spicy, go in and see what's really going on in this little field. Are we going to make it up? We're going to make it down. You kind of lost a little area. You're testing us right now. Are we going to break out? Play a little rugby on the morning dew here, late night, whatever, wherever. What the hell is this announcer saying? Jeez, I don't know. Bring in the Mystic, bring in the Water Witch. Let's see if we got a turning point here with the old magical Fibonacci's. I would dare say that, look, we hit that 1.618 mystical line. Ladies and gentlemen, if I had to predict if I was a betting man, which I'm not, but I might be, but I could be, maybe I don't know. We're having an existential crisis when we should be sitting here talking about the price of Bitcoin. Jump around squirrels in my head. Now you're on along the same ride that I am, ladies and gentlemen, and that's why we're doing this on the Coleco Bowl. Are we getting a breakout or not? That's all I'm asking, dude. You went on a totally wild ride. Frank, I told you not to eat, not to put the mushrooms on those pizzas. That wasn't the right ones, Frank. We're getting the breakout as we up here right now. Screw you on that 10-second one. Well, let's go to the 10-second one and apply our strategies live here. Oh, look at that. There is a 200 moving average just waiting there to take us head on. Can we break through or are we going to get rejected? We can't make it past that little naughty area. We're trying to. We got the sneak a cheek. Woo! Yeah, we did the old fart and blasting. Oh, yeah, wasn't me. Just ran away. That's cool. We made it past the 200. Now we're at the 360. Moving forward, we see who's up there. We see that devil girl up. Oh, no, she doesn't show up on the screen, does she? The devil girl doesn't show up, but we got Miss Lucy hanging right here on the sidelines. Looks like if we're really trying to impress Miss Lucy up there, we'll get higher than what we got here. You got to do that. Come on, man. Don't run out of breath right now, Bitcoin. Pull yourself together, man. Do you need some excitement? Come on, you're right up there. Gather yourself together. No more timeouts. Let's go, Bitcoin. You're on the 10-second chart. It's time. Let's go, Bitcoin. Let's go, Bitcoin. Let's get this going. Here on the 10-second chart. You can do it. You can do it. Let's do it. We got our cheat sheets up. We got our Fibonacci's. I'm just looking for you to come on 83.8. Not really. I mean, come on. You can. Don't give it up now. You're right on the 360 moving average here. There's nothing going on in the background, ladies and gentlemen. We need a little something going on there. See, a lot of you are kind of doubting this, just kind of speculating right now. You like that? We're finding some support there. They might have a little cross of the 9 over the 360. That seems to be what everybody's appealing to right there. Oh, look, a nice little green candle. Nice. Yeah, I agree. That looks pretty good. 29 people hanging out with us tonight. I can feel the salty air. Look how it respects that 360 moving average even here on the 10-second chart. And you call me like, he's a weirdo. He is weird moving averages. Actually, no, I haven't heard anybody say that. We're just, well, I thought voice inside your head. This does not go with the Coleco bow. Bob, Neil, I'm sorry. I hijacked your stream.
You suck, Road Dog. I'm just saying.
Do you, baby, do you? Oh, look there. Wow, we're off here. Look at that. Look, there's a flag to the upside, Helen. Let's take a crazy-ass measured move and put it where our book map says that we could go. I'm not even going to draw the bottom of it. Now, normally I'd come down here, but to look real impressive, I'd give them... Let's go to the flagpole. That would be the actual... way to do it. Does take us right up here to the 800 moving average, top of this other trend line that we got drawn there. So I will entertain that idea. Funky monkey, chunky hunky. Look over here, we went a little higher. In case you haven't noticed, they do get a little high over here. Can you go higher, Bitcoin? Come on, let's do it. Uh-oh. We're coming back for a retest, ladies and gentlemen, on that 10-second chart. We got a few little sneaker crosses there. The 9 and the 21 made it past the 360, while the 50, oh, did you forget about the 50 and the 200? That's what's really, we got a little distraction over here. What really happens here is important, but we're trying to make way to get this 100 to cross. If we can get the 100 past the 200 moving average, there is our official buy signal. Now, that doesn't mean buy now, but it does mean buy the next dip. Now, they might come back down this way as a little distraction. Okay, don't get twisted. Might have to come back for a little sneaker cheek retest here of this 360 double back. Go pick his pockets one more time before we run off to St. Louis. The 200's coming up behind there. Yeah. Oh, what happened? Oh, look at that. Oh, snap. It's like the crowd saw it happen before it happened. That's freaky. Stop doing that psychic crap. That freaks everybody out. Well, some people are feeling a little bit bearish clapping for that, you little negative Nancy's. What do you say about that? I guess the little bears are coming out of the corner here, huh? Yeah, you see this green fungus growing among us right here, that green cloud, begging for the bears just to drive price into it so we can come down and talk to this 100 moving average again. That's what they want. Are they going to get it? We just lost all the gains that we had here with that 360. I'm telling you, Ellen, as soon as it crosses the 360, we'll change our life. Just go all full port in. What a lot of people like to do is, what I like to do sometimes, I like to find, I like to do for them flags. If ain't no flag there, sometimes I kind of make my own flag, because sometimes that's just what they say. Maybe you can come up here and I start drawing some trend lines. Maybe I draw one here. I don't know. It look good, I'm trying to manifest. This is all about me to manifest. I'm trying to manifest my goals here and everything. You feel me? You feel me? We're trying to make the new come up. That's all we're trying to do. Over here on the YouTube, right here. Yeah, flag to the upside. Well, shoot, butter my biscuit. It's all right. We just come down here. We make it. Ooh, look at that. I've seen this many times. Ooh, just drag that line. It don't matter. Did it mess up my mind there? It don't matter. It's just a line. We just say it could look good. No. As long as we go in the right direction, we good. We good, baby. What the hell are you watching? This is not even the Coleco bowl. Whatever, man. Look. Look, you're a genius. It is. It's a flag to the. It looks like a seahorse to the upside, really. Yeah, they call me Seahorse Sammy. No, Scotty Seahorse. What? Scotty Seahorse. Cuppy Seahorses. What? Scotty Cuppy Seahorse. Look, it's got a little bit of it's got a lot of it looks like an upside down cowboy hat. If I was doing a Rorschach test, I'd be thinking this was the little seahorse. You feel me? Oh. Well, that does look like a seahorse, I must say. You just gotta fill it in, Helen. Look, there's the little ribbies right there. There's his little elephant snout. Do seahorses have elephant snouts, man? I've got to know, do seahorses have elephant snouts? I'm not so sure. But anyway, it looks like we're going to the upside, like it's a horny little toad. Look, we're a genius. Let's go into the upside. Actually, if we bring out the old nerdy stats and we do a little Fibonacci projection, we can probably come up with a valid excuse that sounds rational and good, other than the fact that we did have a little bit of a breakout. What are we looking at? Is this Bitcoin again? Oh my God, look, it's exactly as predicted. We're coming back up. We're trying to get past the top over here because if we don't, then that makes an M pattern. But now we did. Look, you look like a genius. I don't know. I didn't say anything, but I want to claim that I did. Woo, caught it. Yeah, nailed it. Baby. Who's watching this with me? If you're watching this with me, you're watching red candle, green candles go up to the upside. Yeah. Who's in here with me tonight? Glad to have you guys here. It'd be cool to have some kind of music in the background. Some of that are we still got? Where did you go, Chad? The chat has disappeared. We gotta clear that. Look, you're missing half the. Oh my God! Look at the chat went crazy. Are you telling me that my microphone is no microphone? Okay, I don't know. Chat rate screenshot. I wish I could. I tried to do it, but it didn't let me do it. But at one time it was 175, and I didn't even know it could go up that high. That was crazy. I don't know. Right now it's at 47. It's at 47. Let me try to do this. There we go. You see? Does that work? It's at 47 right now. Oh yeah, Joe's telling me I never remember how to do Windows key plus shift plus and why is it so hard? Windows key, I see you. Plus shift plus S. Oh crap! I don't know what happened. I am so boomer. Ladies and gentlemen, let me see if I can park you over here where I want. Man, this computer, for real. 28 people hanging out with me while we're on the Bitcoin bowl. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the 10-second chart. We are watching the seahorses. They do call us Seahorse Scotty. I'm Seahorse Scotty. That's what they call me. Scotty seahorse pattern. If there's a seahorse pattern out there, I can see it. It's got a little bit of a seahorse here. And to the upside for the seahorse, they like to swim to the upside. You might be looking at this little dude right here. Is that something? Is that something right there? I mean, we could talk about how we're just making higher highs and higher lows, but no, we got to color it very fancy and make it look very unique other than that. I don't know why. Look, it's another flag. We're looking for higher highs and higher lows, no matter how we get them. That's what we need to look for, ladies and gentlemen. Now we had a little bit of we did have a. Why are you doing this? Stop it. I think we're going to have to switch to the lounge somewhere. Can we go to the lounge? Oh, we'll change the atmosphere around here, ladies and gentlemen. Mix it up just a little bit. I'm still on this little 10-second chart because I don't know why. It's like watching paint dry here. We're just hanging out. So the little seahorse pattern there. I'm gonna go ahead and move this trend line over here. I don't like what it's doing. It's not really keeping with it. It hasn't really found its little ump. I don't think she's really made her lower low or established her lower low just yet. Maybe, maybe not, but I don't think so. We're getting it time to mature here. Yeah, we could pull some little tricks out to play and say, "Oh man, that's cool, that's neat," but and I mean that's just what they are, and find some angles, which I think we kind of got. You know, it's at this point, we're on the 10-second chart, people. Come on. She's facing this level up here of resistance, and we did clear this area, man. I was impressed. I was like, "Oh wow, that's cool." Dang, I got a short going on. Man. And okay, so fib wise, we got our fibs pulled, and I'm still hoping I didn't touch them and move them or anything, but looks like we are getting rejected at 382, and that's cool. We can go sideways a little bit on this little small ass 10-second time frame. I have a seahorse over here, and I don't need it, and I'm just going to reverse. Oh, look at all that! The road dog is awesome. There we go. And here we go. All right, now we rewound, and we're back over here to the flag to the upside period. And that's what everybody wants to hear. Well, the flag to the upside. Until it's not. So, Bitcoin and altcoins, let's just talk about it and peel it off over here. They're going to be playing some games if they do anything at all. Don't chase. Celebrate, though. Take any wins you got. I think you got a chance to do a little cycling. The market going to be crazy next couple of weeks. You don't be too heavy on your altcoins is what I'm trying to say. We looked at gold. Did we not look at gold and look at PAX G and all that? We were supposed to look at PAX G and all that for gold. I think we did. We looked at the VIX and saw that we're in the territory that people, what the hell is this? This is what the regular market is acting like. Okay, I don't even know what the Lixor International Asset Management, Amundi, something Japan. I don't know. I was trying to get gold in here, but PAX G, and I got this instead. But this is what the markets are doing. They're freaking the F out. I think it's just one of those little rubber band snaps. We'll probably level out with some kind of little V-shaped recovery. Not unlike what we did back here when the COVID lows got us. I don't think we're doing a COVID low thing, but they're going to take whatever we're looking at. There's a trajectory where, yeah, we can come down just a wee bit more there, darling, before we catch a little lift to the upside on a little bit of everything. So, what were we looking at? PAX G. And we're seeing even gold go down, which from what my understanding is, that's kind of normal to happen too. Here you are, PAX G. And she's coming down, so. But I think she'll get another pump up there to around 3,400. Yeah, we did look at this. Oh, man, Borgia, 32 people hanging out with me. Thank you so much. I don't see any altcoins and crap coins being mentioned over here, so we'll look at the most important ones that most people are looking at, and that would be Solana. Let's take a look at Solana. What are you doing over here, Solana? You hanging around $120? You've lost some big areas. I am disappointed in you, Solana. I'm going to zoom out to the daily because that's the only thing that makes sense in this crazy world. So when we zoom out, let's take a fresh look at you, Solana. What are you trying to do here? Well, that was the time to get out, wasn't it? Oh, in hindsight, it looks all so clear. And there are going to be a lot of gurus out there telling you that they nail these tops and these bottoms and everything, but you got to ask why they still holding that big old bag of Solana that they bought. It's just best not to make those crazy claims. Just say, hey, man. You see anything in common here, ladies and gentlemen? Do you see any area that we kind of got rejected from? Any kind of reversal pivot points that we commonly look for? Your rhythm's a treasure that sets me free. Swing low to swing hard. Tell me where I need to buy. Do you see any areas that kind of reflect typical areas to find support? And if it's strong support, can potentially lead to a nice possible one-to-one move. Which I don't know if you haven't peeped this out, but most strategies that you look at really calculate are based along a one-to-one move, just depending on how you're measuring it. Even the Thai guys in the morning flag chasers, that's basically before there's even a pattern or flag formed or anything, they're anticipating a one-to-one move. I don't even know if they realize that themselves, but in essence, that's what it is. 472 is what we would hope for that we can get from here if this area holds, and that's very hopeful. That would be our maximum finish line target right there, and we may not have enough gas to get there. There are some pit stops that we can probably make it to along the way. Besides just being stranded out with, I don't know, you know, most of these coins have they can at least get to the next gas station or service station or a hospital or wherever before they totally tip out. What the hell is this turkey talking about? We're at a good area for support, is what I'm saying, for a slot about 118. So if we're trying to look for I kind of think this is a good time to focus on our long-term bags, and I don't know, I don't trust any moves that they're doing this weekend, and we might find some nice little plays, but to me it's a little bit risky right now. I think they're just more of flushing out, and I think it's better just to kind of plan for the next moves that are more likely to be coming in these next, I don't know, 7-10 days, so that we're not caught up with, oh my god, today was horrible, Helen. You can be like, hey man, looks like it's going to be a little nasty until after Wednesday or maybe next Thursday. We got the chances to be coming down a little bit lower, but so far this one's on the hold. I don't trust being in this little cloud, but there are some signs that maybe we got some hopium that maybe we can stick around here. At least not fall through yet. Maybe we go sideways a little bit. Now we're on the weekly candle, or weekly candles here. It would be great to hold this. And what if she's making a head and shoulders? One of them complex kind that's too calculated. You got to be a member of some trading group to understand what them guys with the devil horns on it. What if that's what it's doing? Okay. How would I even answer? Why did you even ask that question? Who's he talking to? This turkey's talking to himself. We got Haven. How's it going, Haven? Let me give you guys a shout out here. I'm draining a line coin pool of liquidity, but I like trading for a skill trade. You do need to approach your trading as yeah, it is a skill. It's an art and it's a skill. It's a trade. It is a trade. It's a trade that you're learning to develop here. And you got your technical analysis, which will help you. That's what we do here. This was the thing that kind of helped me and started me in the right direction. Because I didn't understand what I was doing before, even though I was doing some of the right stuff. I didn't understand why or anything. TA helps me understand that. Look at, hey, you know those ascending cup and handles? Yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go. Do we need to go back to the regular? I'm just bouncing all over the place, people.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
No dogs. Look at that beautiful cup and handle, ascending cup and handle to the upside. How'd that work? No. No. Anyway, so Solana 118 I think is a good place to start trying to get this. I hope that holds. If it doesn't hold, then $70 it says could be on the process, could be on the table, man. Could be looking at that little dude, and you don't want to see that too often. That would kind of suck. There are a few little areas that it might hit, not necessarily go down that deep, and that's where we like to do a little fimming out. 86 looks very kind of juicy, and that corresponds with this little flag to the upside at $88. Possibly as low as 60, which corresponds to this little flag to the upside back here at 61. Why are you saying it that way? I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. Up on 118, a very interesting level for Solana. I don't know if she will hold or not. I don't know if she's got enough life left in her. I would say let's call upon our indicators and see what they say while we talk in a different line of language. What I like that I am seeing on Bitcoin and on these coins, I don't know if I brought this up, is the moving averages, the MACD on the weekly time frames. They're starting to level out. We're looking to try to bottom. We're at least trying to think about it. So I would not be frightened too much. And if your spot bags are, you know, it's a sad thing to look at. Most people in their 401ks, they don't want to look and see what's going on because the markets look so horrible. Crypto, I think we've already been through a lot of the brunt, but there still might be a little bit more. I don't know, but a lot of these things are trying to level out. Maybe we've already been through the ringer, you know, and there's nobody left to sell because it's the first thing that they want to get rid of, and they'll keep their whatever other stock they got going on or tied up in some kind of funds, and you know, they make it harder to move money over on the real side, right? Might take a little longer for those actions to happen. It's easier to get out of the crypto stuff because it is. Maybe we're rounding out here, darlings, and that's what we're looking for on the weekly. We need to hold that 100 moving average because you ain't got an average below it. I'm gonna come down to the 3-day here. So 360 down here. If she wants to, if we lose these areas, man. Looks at what's we're doing right here, brothers. You see there's a candle right here? I'm gonna zoom in. I'm gonna zoom in right here on this here candle. Why am I going to do it? Because that was where we went ups and then we came to downses. It was just part of the process before, you know, instead of going all the straight up, we kind of deviated a little bit. That was the first little bumper head moment and probably support resistance area. And I'm just going to go right here on the top of that little sucker, and we're going to draw a horizontal line right there. It's notable. And look, we came over here, bumped our heads too. Just maybe not perfectly, but you know, we're not looking for perfect. Just good enough. If we travel that line and like, oh man, didn't even touch it, wicked off over there. That's cool. And then here we are. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. We're knocking on that door again. So far it's holding. So far it's holding. That's 112. Let's hope you hold there, darling. Let's hope that you hold there. And here on the 4-hour for Solana, it looks like it has respected it. And 4-hour looks pretty decent to me. We're above the 9 moving average. If you're above the 9, I'm going to tell you that everything's fine. It's gaining the 21, meaning it's starting to move back. And so maybe this weekend they're going to entice people to buy into Solana. If you notice on the volume down here, which, you know, sometimes I didn't really look at before, didn't understand that much. But basically what it is, if you got rising price and falling volume, that means that, you know, it's not really there. It's not really so much, man, I need to get me some Solana right now to make these big wicks come in. You see these flat wicks? They're kind of like, yeah, okay, whatever. There's not buying pressure. Like, I'm chasing it. Oh, this is such a good deal in Solana. This is like, this is the market maker doing what they do best. They're pulling back. This is what the market maker bots are programmed to do. They're like little bitty spiders. I remember back in the early days fighting with them little freaking bots. I didn't know what they were back then, but they were market maker bots. They're always front running you. You put an order in, it's got to get right on top of you. Put an order in, it's got to get right on top of you. And then there started to be 3, 4, 5 of them doing all that. It was crazy. You could set them off fighting with themselves even. That was fun. That's what I used to do back in the day before I learned TA and all this other stuff. And when I was trying to figure out how does this work, all kinds of crazy stuff. TA makes more sense. Let me put it that way. So we're gaining these guys, and they're trying to push us up. So the market makers are easing back on their orders, on their sell orders. They're enticing. They're kind of pulling back a little bit. And then at the bottom, you see some buy orders, but they're not actually buying. They're just kind of pushing price up. So that's how the prices get manipulated there. They just let off the pressure on their selling and to start putting more pressure on their buying, or at least their orders beneath. And then eventually somebody's going to put an order on top of them so they can get a better. Oh yeah, I can go $1 higher. Yeah. Oh, also I'll outbid you, yeah, sucker. And then we start getting it started, and then we start moving. It's not real though. It's just enticing you, darling. It's just enticing you. Well, so they can slam you to the downside with the fake volume once you play into the game. And here we are on Friday going into Saturday on Solana. Found some support, and I'm sure we might just get a surprise pump over this weekend in the crypto market. But if we do, I recommend you don't trade it. Don't chase it. That's what I'm trying to say. But what we can look at and plan is, we will look for a lower high, and that might come Saturday or something like that. And if you look at that, and if you guys are into the shorting and things like that, that would be a potential area. If they drive us up to 140, maybe 143 even. Oh my gosh. On Solana. Oh man, see, crypto's it. The rest of the world's going to freak out, but crypto's really where it's at. I don't know. We can hear all kinds of stuff over here. Some people are still scared to death. Some of people are just, I don't know, man. I'm trying not to see too much, but I know there's lots of different stories out here on YouTube about what's going on in the market. I just say be careful. We're getting there. Don't blow your shot in one wad. Take your time. And playing the long game, swing trading, and your position trading, or your long-term holding, your investing, your longer-term plays. This is where you want to be paying attention to position yourself well in that. Okay. But little by little, don't want to do it too much. You got some times over this next at least 3 weeks, and we'll take it from there and see if it's starting to turn around. But that's just in general. And for you guys that are playing this game, I want you to know, you're probably playing spot. Probably not got no leverage with it, because the leverage fees, no matter what you do, whichever game that you play, it's got leverage. The fees are going to impact you unless you're making enough profit to cover all the fees and possibility of fees. And I've learned, that cute little trick where you crank up the leverage and make your percent look so impressive, because after you get your stop loss and profit, you can crank that leverage whatever you want to. But just know when you cash out with that higher leverage, I think it's got a little bit of a higher fee. See if you notice something like that going on. Little clever things that goes on there. Ways that you are profit sharing, if you're profiting at all with a lot of that. But you guys that are playing the smarter game, because there's a smarter game than that, much smarter, in the spot. And don't look down. It's regular buying, and you hold it. Maybe even move it off into a private wallet while you hold it. And these are some good bottom areas to start slowly accumulating some bags on altcoins that you are convicted of. I would recommend some USA coins like Stacks, Block Stacks. I like them a lot. You actually get Bitcoin as your staking rewards for that, and that's kind of neat. Litecoin, Link, Avalanche, which has been sucking lately. Near, Sweep, Filecoin, that have been sucking too. Aptos, Solana, Algorand, Ethereum, LivePeer. There's several. Because they will get tax benefit too, and because they get these benefits means that more people are going to look at them. Therefore, they're going to have a bigger market cap. Therefore, they will probably make higher numbers than you would expect, while the other little altcoins from wherever else and don't have those special privileges will probably have to really fight harder to do the numbers that they will do. So those are the ideas that I would like to present to you as the investor, slower player side on this. And some of these might be boomer coins that may make no sense, and maybe they only make 3, 4, 5x. I don't know. You've got a few more months to plan you make your game plan in this market. Maybe we have an extended cycle, or it extends, or we have a more shallow bear market's how I would look at it. In my opinion, you're never getting out of the 4-year cycle. You're never not going to have that effect of the halving with Bitcoin. It's always going to be there, and the market's going to have to trade around it. It could be a shorter bull market, a longer bull market, whatever, but that middle baseline is always going to be there. And it's going to have an effect, and that's what we need to play around. We're trying to bottom out here, in my opinion, with Solana. And that's what my moving averages are kind of telling me here on the 4 hours. So there might be a range up, and just the mindset right now is that if we do anything, we'll have to range a little bit in some kind of reaccumulation patterns, whether you're a Wyckoff trader or just looking at a sideways channel, which is probably what we're trying to set up for. I'd say people using the fixed volume range profile and all that stuff would be doing pretty good right now to try to find those areas. But this if you got range strategies, that would probably be it. In other words, looking for areas to short, or areas to maybe short, and maybe areas to maybe take longs, or just to sit out. And so traders will be trying to do that. A little bit more of a tricky strategy, but for you investors out there, DCA and weekends are probably pretty cool for you. Weekends are probably pretty cool for you right now. Just to be honest, I would just find some good projects and try not to trace too much of the hype. Find something in each sector. Layer ones, I don't think you can go wrong with layer ones. And apparently some people think layer ones and memes, and I don't know. Looking at the memes that I've had on base, I'm like, oh my god, what happened to you? I'm having to get a spatula to scrape it off the pavement. It's like so flat. I'm like, oh my, what? All right. Poke it with a stick. Anyway, so those look kind of interesting. So here, I've noticed that we're getting a little bit of a pump up with a lot of these little coins across the market. It's people taking on a little risk, trying to fall into that little game, and I think it's just a market maker play. I honestly do. I would say be careful, because I think they're out to wreck the trader. Be careful. Yeah, try not to fall into the habit of shorting on support and longing on the resistance at the tops, and that's about the best. It sounds so simple, but sometimes you got to zoom out to realize if you're there or not. And then, especially if you're new to the game and you're watching YouTubers and things like that, because that's how we learn, right? A lot of us, that's how we learn. To already see these areas as resistance here at 126, maybe if you get up past that, I wouldn't be looking for much past 140 for a lower high. Probably bumper ahead. Maybe you can look for some small time short, small swing trades and things like that. We can keep our eyes out for things like that. But right now it's not a good time to get in my personal opinion, at 120. So it could easily be coming right back down here. Doing for a juicy double bottom. We just don't know what she's going to do this weekend. They might do everything this weekend. It's just kind of crazy. We don't have the volume, the genuine volume here in this market to be a good solid uptrend just yet. And that's what we're trying to confirm here. And in fact, it's not here. It's just barely here enough to keep us where we made a possible double bottom. And that could be good. If Solana is making the double bottom pattern here, if I might say. That OGC double bottom, smack it hard, Helen. Whoa! Get that cowbell. Come here, baby. The turkeys went crazy. You do have a little bit of divergence going on here in the Solana coin, if we might say, and you have that going for you, but I did not know that it would be enough to go past these areas, if you will. In my personal opinion, I would say anywhere below $120, my friend, my little featherless friends, will be a nice little place to try to accumulate you a little bit of slaughter. And it's true, maybe you could see some lower prices. We're not there just yet. This may be actually the bot. What accent are you talking with? It's a Georgia English Georgiaman. But I am the English Georgia gentleman. I don't know what the hell's going on, ladies and gentlemen. I ate the cookies. That's all I know. Like, there were yummy cookies. And we're at $121. Ladies and gentlemen, H-bar is forming a cup. Let's go take a look at H-bar. H-bar is at 16. Are you kidding me? For real? What the hell, H-bar? I mean, we had you were up here. What happened to you, son? What goes up, my friend, eventually comes down, and I want you to remember this. I want you to remember this. Because I've seen this come out when the market is all feeling happy and bullish. The flag boys go into like stupid mode, and they're drawing this little guy, and they're calling 68% chance for it to break to the upside. And what you got is like a rising wedge, a rising pennant, and they're calling a bull pennant. And any kind of rising formations you got up there is basically, in essence, is a form of some form of a rising channel, okay? And it's squeezing. And you're probably at a resistance fib. There's probably a lot of arguments, but anyway, that's a bearish sign. Any kind of rising formations, any kind of rising channels are. And I'm just trying to give you the warning signs not to get caught up in these kind of things, because you will see that. The YouTube gurus or a lot of people, just the market in general gets bullish, and sometimes they make stupid calls, and that's one of them. A bottom trend line is what you really want to pay attention to there for what a Monday board or quarter back. And it's your last a line in the sand. You always got to have a line in the sand. If they should be preaching anything, it should be that. But anything rising is bearish, but a lot of people tried to play that and got stuck because of that idea. But anyway, H-bar from its height at 40 cents is now on sale. And support resistance people will be looking at these areas over here, or support resistance rules in general. That's the rules of the game. 12 cents, just a little over 12 cents, that we can come back and retest that area. All the way up to the top of the wick at 14 cents there, ladies and gentlemen. So just look in there level by level, so you can look at that. I just like to get into the old fibs because it just, I don't know. Let's bring out the old tarot cards here and see what's going to happen with the ghosts and goblins and stuff. Let's get on the spooky, see what's on the other side. And it suggests, ladies and gentlemen, that we might be just a little bit bearish right now. If you haven't noticed, the price been going down to 16.3. Oh my God, make it stop. No, it's bleeding. What were we saying about H-bar? H-bar should come down to about 10, 12 cents of RS Miller. I see 11 here, just by Fibonacci's. And we got our 50 moving average. I would say that would be a strong contender. It's coming in about, well, you're at 14 right now. 100's at 10 cents. So I can see your argument for 10 cents too. That would be a deep retracement down there. I'm on the weekly, by the way. And where was this? This guy over here was 12. And you had 10 to 12. You went down just a little bit. All of that is very feasible, my man. All of that is very feasible. My general rule is to look and see what we got going here. Since we've lost its little levels, it's just getting a little bit more probable. But the weird thing is, I mean, this is a bigger time frame, and it doesn't mean that it will just come straight there. We could come back up and retest 17, which is just, you know, about a penny higher. make us think, oh man, we're doing okay, and then we don't, and you know. But it's always good. Whatever you learn, I'm sold on this idea. Whatever the bigger time frames are telling you, that's what you need to listen to. Even if they are lagging indicator, what they say, boy, don't make me hand your ass to you on a platter again. So we're starting to catch a little traction here. Maybe it's still too early to tell, but she's getting closer to trying to find something. I'll see a little rounding. You'll see it. Just squint your eyeballs. You'll see it too. Look at a circle and then look real quick at the chart. It'll be rounding. Look at a light bulb. Stare at it for 2 minutes and then look at your chart. See that rounding? See? See? That's all you gotta do. It is deviating a little bit. Let's hope so. I don't know. Our big culprit, in my personal opinion, and I may have mentioned this a time or two, is Bitcoin dominance. What we would want to keep our eye on, in my personal opinion, ladies and gentlemen, is see how Bitcoin dominance reacts this weekend, because all week long she's just been on this big thump it to you from behind, punch it to you, strong move to the upside, heading towards 63 cents, and that's been killing these alt, just been reaming on a new one. And if we go to the 4-hour time frame, that'd be for this weekend. Man, I don't know. She looks like she's trying to do some duck lips and go up. I don't know, man. I'm looking at some signs here, trying to figure out, are we just kind of going to fizzle out and then come down on Sunday? Because that could happen. Well, I don't know. If this goes down, it's good for altcoins, but if it keeps going up, do we have some people coming in to buy some Bitcoin over this weekend? Solana didn't have the volume behind it. What do you have here on the Bitcoin chart? I'm not yet convinced on the volume here on Bitcoin either. Not that it's the greatest thing, but it is something. We are at resistance here with Bitcoin. And we've not been able to really to claim these areas we need. And matter of fact, I would argue just by simple trend line strategies that can level by levels, that you know, we were in this guy, and now, whoops. How tight do you want to get that angle? Where are we on the 4-hour? We should get something respectable out of that. Oh, that would have been cool. What was that? So you got various, let me kind of clear this up. You got various ways to look at these things and various ways to draw these things. And you can get picky. You can trick yourself too if you get too picky, and you don't need to get too picky, okay? Don't get too anal about all this stuff, but get something that works for you. I like angles. I play with angles, and I got rules that I apply when I do play with the angles. And it helps me see things in a different way that maybe I wouldn't see if I was just eyeballing it. But you don't have to do what I do, and you don't need to overthink anything, even if you don't get exactly what I got. If you're a pattern trader looking for something, which would also fall into this category, trend lines, you're looking for touches there. So if you got 2 touches, the rules of the game are if you got 2 touches on one side, 3 on the other, you got a valid pattern. May not be the best pattern, may not be the prettiest pattern, there might be a neighboring pattern. You may be seeing 3 patterns that could qualify, and then you start overthinking stuff, and then you just need to just zoom out. Just zoom out. Just always zoom out is the best advice. What the hell is this turkey saying? I'm going to do something weird. I'm going to come down here and just put this in a place where it doesn't make sense for it to go, and see if it tells me anything. That makes more sense to me right here. I think we'll call this a waffle pattern. Is that what we call it? It looks like a little waffle iron, like waffle pattern. You know, just little slits and channels and nooks and crannies that we look at. The little chain link fence that's right around the prison won't let you break out to the other side. Yeah, I know. Got the razor wire on top of it, and them little guards in them towers just with them guns just pointed right down on your little beating heart. What the hell? Helen? Goodness gracious, I'm just trying to draw a dotted line, people. Like the bullets that pierce my soul. Here we go. Here we go, why? Ladies and gentlemen, I think this turkey is just like lost his freaking mind. Jim says, but I do love staking. If you aren't playing with a large pool of capital, I'd probably stick to H-bar. Horace Miller says, I haven't tried staking. Staking's kind of cool. I like, I don't know, in a bear market, it's pretty cool. Staking stacks, I would look into that, block stacks. Even right now. Listen, now I used to hobby mine, and that's what you would call it. I'm not going to say I was a big miner, but I would hobby mine and have these little machines, nerd out and have these machines in my closets, and a few machines grew to more machines, and then they got outdated, and you find, oh yeah, this is a rigged game. You buy a miner, and by the time your return on investment, it's already obsolete, and then they got the new latest one here, buying this one, and you're just you're never getting anywhere. Usually, that's how it would play for a long time. And that's what the hobby miners would be going through. But it was a very fun learning experience, and still, even if a hobby miner, if you were to mine Bitcoin and just kept it and as a hobby, not caved in on any bad times or something like that, or hey, it's actually up, oh look, honey, Bitcoin's at $400, let's sell it. Oh dude, man, Bitcoin's 1,200, man, you should sell it all, man. You're right, let's sell it all, honey. Yeah. Oh yeah, we mined it and sold it 1,200. Woo! Man, you're a genius. How'd you know to get it? And then look at where we are now. Oh man, we fell to 80. It's over, dude. What the hell are we looking at here? We're looking at block stacks. Get back on target road now. Is that a swing entry? Did I screw something up there? Probably did. No way. We had an entry somewhere around 64 to there, and that had to be a Fibonacci. You can do what you do. Come back way down. Let's examine and see what we got here, because I can't make head or tails. I like block stacks, and she's pretty cheap right now. Now, cheaper than what she normally is. She fell from about $3, and she's at 60 cents right now. And now, if you go back, we're on the 3-day. I'm trying to get on the weekly here. We'll look at the price history of this little guy. Back last time, block stacks, last cycle, she got up to 278 and hung around a lot. You could have sold it easily somewhere around $2, a lot. For many weeks. Many weeks. Meaning that if you got into this project even at the dip here and thought, hey man, she got up to 250, well, she's on sale for 72 cents, dip down all the way where we are right now, it's 60 something. If you got in on it there during that first dip back in 21 and just rode her up to say 220, you 1.5x'd, 150% gains there. And that, okay, well, it's all right. And what is that? Almost a good, is it a good year? I can't see, I got too much stuff going on here. From June of 21 all the way through December of 21, so about a good 6 months there. What I found about it, when you stake this little guy, it makes Bitcoin for you. Now compare that to the price of a miner and the price of getting this little guy when she's down in the dumps, which she was down to 32 cents and her bottom's over here 53 cents. And look at where we are right now compared to where we can go over a period of months. and staking it along the way, it's earning Bitcoin. And sometimes I've been surprised at what it would throw my way. I don't know what controls the variables of it, but it's a steady passive Bitcoin income stream, I guess you would say. And I think that's pretty amazing. So I kind of like it, and it's a layer 2 for Bitcoin, and so that gives it value right there, in my personal opinion. Look, you fell below the line. You're dead. You're dead to me. As long as it gives Bitcoins as rewards, because I didn't go a great big hellacious amount, but it looks like, you know, it's made a good return. I would like to do this again, please, sir, if I might. I would really like to take this little roller coaster ride again. Because I like that. It's like having a miner without having a miner. You feel me? And you don't have electricity cost. You don't have the overhead and all that. You don't have to worry about anything catching fires or squirrels chewing wires. You don't have to worry about you know the price of Bitcoin, how it's going to affect your hash rate, and if it's, you don't have to worry about any of that. You just stake it, and then here's a Bitcoin every 2 weeks. And then, you know, sometimes you'll find some airdrop or some NFT thing like that rune stuff. I don't know. It's just there. And she's down to 60 cents, and I like it. I think she could she come down to 42? If she did, man, I would zoom up. I would want to zoom. I would want to get a lot of this, and just for that reason. It's just one that I like, darling. Doesn't mean you got to like it. But are we somewhere where you might be turning around? Let's hope that you got something. 52 cents. Let's hope that holds. Let's hope that holds, darling. You at 60 right now. And I think that's a great area. I do. For your longer term plays, I think Blockstacks is that's one that I really like. You guys don't have to like it, but I do like it. Jim says also the IRS isn't poking around DeFi anymore, so staking is amazing again. Gosh, I hope so. IRS needs to, I mean, they make it so complicated to do what, you know, to do what you're supposed to do. It shouldn't be that complicated ever. You shouldn't have to hire somebody with a master's degree to do your I mean, anytime, I mean, common sense tells you anytime that somebody says, hey, you owe us some money, we're not going to tell you how much we owe you, but if you don't give us what we think is a good amount, or, you know, we think that maybe, whatever they might think, maybe we don't see everything you got, you know, like a little shake, I don't know, like a shakedown. That's how it comes across, like some kind of shakedown or something. But if you don't give us what we think, then hey, we won't come poking around. So you can't tell me what I owe you, so I gotta tell you and give you a number, and then if you like the number, we're cool, but if you don't like the number, then you could make my life a living hell. Is that how this works? So, jeez. I like that external revenue service. I hope they go that way. Let's get away from all this stuff, man. They got too crazy with all this, all the gun-toting IRS stuff. No, that's the wrong direction to go in. And they are right. They had to go through, the IRS had to start going, they had to go through the corporations. We had to tie in with the debt system, the corporations, all that, to get in to garnish your paychecks that you get paid so that they get their cut, because that's the only way that they could really, and then, you know, we got to figure out if you overpaid them or underpaid them and all this other stuff. But they had to go through the corporations to get it. That's why they want everybody out there working corporate jobs and everything, right? So it's all out there. They're getting their cut every paycheck, every week, or whatever, every month. Cause it's easy. Until they did that, like they were having problems getting people to pay. It's like, you owe us money. How much? I don't know, but you owe it, and you better pay it. Really? Because I don't know if I don't know if I made anything. Well, and so they got it through the corporations and the businesses. Good, bad, ugly, I don't know, but that's just how they did it. It usually starts as something, we need to pay for this war, and then they drab us into some kind of weird ass contract where we gotta give up money and stuff like that, and then when everything's back to normal again, it's like, yeah, they don't stop that faucet from flowing. They got used to that money. They get used to that lifestyle, that income, and it's hard to turn that faucet off. Well, then politicians get used to that little extra faucet dripping right in their pockets too. It's hard to turn off. When the sources of that faucet have a little bit more of appeal or a little bit more influence, it gets nasty. But anyway, did you see how quickly they rallied against Elon at the marathon of investigating Social Security? No, I didn't. You think crypto is a Ponzi? Ooh boy, Social Security is a different beast, I bet. Would you mind checking out XCN? Let's look at XCN. That's I like this one, Onyx Coin. I like this one. She's been having a hard time, but she's been doing what been doing what she needs to do after a big pump like that. A lot of people have some hope in this coin. There's several reasons. Some people for the technology, some for, you know, it was recommended, and you know, not purposely, but it came out that way, and people joined on the bandwagon and just needing something to believe in. This happens to be one of them. And I hope it works out for everybody. She's a little tricky for me to pull a fib bottom wise, but it looks like, you know, I hate to say it, and we might be headed down here to test these areas. Signs are pointing toward about half a penny. After she was up to 4 cents or about 4.5 cents, and that's quite a drop from there. And it doesn't sound like much, but you know, you watch $1,000 turn all the way back down into, you know, sometimes 800, 500 sometimes, or, you know, when I say 1,000, to maybe to 200 or even more. It can diminish quickly. Where'd she get 5 cents? She got all the way up to 5 cents. So yeah, baby, that's a big haircut from there. I think I was setting up targets there. So on the weekly, let's get off the weekly and let's come over to something a little bit more reasonable on the daily. And she just ski slope. Is that a ski slope? I know, I call it a ski slope. It's like a nice little subtle rounding slope down. Volume's starting to slack up as it's coming down this time. 200 daily moving average, but 0.008 cents there. Seems to be where we want to hang out. Looking to the left. It's turkey getting higher now. Looking to the left over here was that little bearish area. Symmetrical triangle. There's a chicken head. There we pull off fibs, 886. It's like a 786 right now. Ish. If we pull it from here to there, it probably looks a little closer to it. Was this 0.0075, 0.08? Right through here's a good place, I think, to slowly accumulate it. You're near half a penny, basically. That's just how you would want to approach it from this idea, I think. And with the rounding, it can go all through that range now, maybe even down to half a penny. But most people will be looking at this one for a little bit of a longer term play. Now, I don't know if she'll get past 5 cents again. I don't know if she's going to do that at all. I would hope. That would be cool. She's been up above it before to 10 cents. But it's one that might change some lives. It might. But it's not happening tomorrow or the next day. It's one that you would slowly accumulate into. And I do kind of like this. And I would stick to this number here, right here, somewhere around 0.0068, maybe right through there over the next week or so. And she can have some little bit of ups and downs in between there. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she's going to bounce off the markets here. I don't think so, but hey, man, maybe. I think we can just round our little asses right through there. So you take the measuring tape and you put it there, and then just kind of curve it in, and then you can draw it wherever you like to prove your point. Look, right here, told you, Helen, nailed it. Look, Helen, right here, I told. No, you got some support right there, buddy. You're not gonna. You're good. You break that line, you know where you're going. Look here. See how subjective some of this stuff can be. Or, I mean, I don't know. Everybody's got a different way to look at it. Some people might not even think anything. What the hell is he even talking about? I don't see nothing wrong with anything. And then some people say, yeah, we got all these different mindsets in this game. It's, you know, generalities, me friends, generalities. We got a fuzzy area that we are in right now in this market. Best thing is to hold on, try to position yourself well, try to determine what projects that you want to get into that are worth being into. A lot of people think this one is. I think it is. I want to play it. It's one of my little dark horse plays there. I got another dark horse play, and she's not really taken off, but she has before, and it's Decred, and she's down low. You're trying to shill your own bags. Yes, to 27 people, you can make me a millionaire. Yeah, everybody pile into this one now. Sell your house, sell your wives, sell your turkey, sell everything. Buy this so that I can sell my few little coins when it gets to. Yeah, this is just what I'm playing, and she's had a history of really getting up to some nice targets for the patient crew. And once she gets going, she's gotten up there. $200, $250. Last cycle before, 150 or something. She actually made a higher high, so that's why she's on my radar. You don't often see where they make a higher high, so when they do, it makes like, hey, I want to pay attention to you this next time around. But so far, she's been in a little bit more, from here, crashed down to where she decides to go ride her ways and make it up to everybody. Was 100 days or 100 bars, 100 weeks. 100 weeks from what we did here. We're clearly a little bit over it by, we're 141 weeks. And I'm like, hey, man. Hey, dude. Are you going to do this big moon rocket thing like we're hoping you do and go to even just half of that? I mean, we could get all hopium here and speculate and try to pull all of our little juicy little tricks, and we might get. Well, if she goes to 320, and it might, I don't know. That would be cool. Make a higher high, $288, 324. That's moon. I'd be cool with that. Even if she just went to $125 or 157, I'm cool with that too. She's sitting at $10 right now. I'm good. This is when my dark horse plays, but it's a long-term play. And I just try to buy whenever she's down around here about $10 to $12 and nibble in and throw it to a wallet and see what happens. Hoping you might be a life changer, but I don't know. But she's proof of work and proof of stake, and there's only a limited number of it, and that's why I wouldn't mind seeing what. Let's flat. Are you shilling? Let's see what Tokenmetrics says about Decred. I just think it's an interesting project. Dub Digital is the one that got me onto it, and I thought, oh wow, it appealed to me because you could miner it, and I actually did have a miner. It got burned up in a fire, but I had a miner for it. Never did get to hook it up and use it. But I think I bought it right when Decred had all the hype. Are we not playing ball tonight? Tokenmetrics. Oh come on, people! You suck. We'll come to CoinMarketCap. She's at 1136 right now. She's at a lot of places, therefore not hard to get rid of. Not hard to get rid of if you needed to. Market cap is 100. Wow, really? Really? Market cap on this coin is 189 million. Still small market cap. Total supply is 16.7 million. And by combining battle-tested proof of work with an innovative proof of stake that places coin holders in charge of shaping the future. Decred is able to adapt to challenges to innovate at a rapid pace. You acquire influence in Decred by putting skin in the game. Blah, blah, blah. But, you know, it's just what I think is interesting. And it's been around. And, you know, they've done their thing. And I need to stake mine. That's something I have not actually done, but we're into the bull market, so maybe next time, darlings, maybe next time. But as disappointing as it is, listen, here on Total 3, as we see at the trend line here, we're bouncing off of these areas. We're trying to find something. I'm looking for some signs. I don't see anything great coming for altcoins just yet. Bitcoin dominance continues to want to go up, and that's going to hurt the performance of altcoins. Meanwhile, while the SPX and Standard & Poor's 500, Wall Street, in other words, they freaking the F out, darling. They don't know what they're going to do. They're trying to figure out what's going to happen Monday when all the latecomers say, oh, they freak out over the weekend, and then they want to hit that sell button come Monday morning. It may drop like a rock. It may not, but the market makers might make you think that it's going to in crypto the night before. All that news comes out on the weekend, and Sunday night the market makers start making everything look bearish, and oh my god, I gotta sell for it drops Monday, and then we play this game again. And my plan is I'm looking for some good buys around Sunday. Honestly, that's what I'm doing. I'm chilling. I want to see what they do on Sunday and maybe even Monday, and if there's something, if I can get Bitcoin cheaper, I want to slowly accumulate from my positions there, and if it goes up, I'm taking me some profits. Bitcoin, altcoins, whatever. When there's green candles, I want to be, how can I get paid? Where's my take profit? And not be trying, oh man, I need to peel my bags. That's hot. Let's throw this hot coin in my bag. We're not trying to do that. We're trying to sell to you, that guy. And this is a great time to start getting that mindset, in my personal opinion. Through all this hanky-panky, shady, up-down, choppy method in the chop, I think it's good to be trying to be selling on why those green candles are going, and trying to be buying when we're down at some good pivot points with our Fibonacci's. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I don't know, it's been a weird-ass stream, and wasn't planning on going at all, but now we went over 2 hours. Wow. Jim Dender says, one of my favorite memes, hey, we finally found the chat box, is from the Hogan coin, giant red candle god candle rug. And it's just Hogan doing the leg drop on the chart. Oh, man. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out. Just be cautious on the weekend. I don't trust what they do on the weekend. I don't think you should either. And if you're sitting out and hiding on your hands, that's probably good. Probably good. See what they do. See you guys later.
Riding waves of midnight belief, promises turning into grief. Digital whisper says hold tight, but I'm losing faith in the night. When moon crypto, when moon, I'm so tired of waiting. Everyone is capitulating. I keep hanging on to my dream, but nothing is as it seems. Streams of gold, screens flash by, staring blank into the sky. Echoes of fortunes will pursue, but shadows keep blocking my view. When moon crypto, when moon, I'm so tired of waiting.
Just make sure our microphone's on. We want to give a shout out to you guys too for the fan bonding. We had super chats from EW from Melissa, and 2 from EW, and Ryan K gifted 5 memberships. Thank you for that, Ryan. I don't think I saw that earlier. Thank you for that. Give you guys a round of applause. You guys make the difference. Let me tell you, you guys are the 1%ers. We even got that emoji out there. Thank you for your support, my friends. Oh, while we're here, let's go check this out again.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
I could have used a little more cowbell.
You don't want that cowbell. Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
I could have used a little more cowbell.
Of midnight belief, promises turning
Oh, altcoin, when will you moon?
digital whisper.
You're trying my patience and I hope it is soon. They say by the dip and I try. But as I find, me bank account is being dry. Oh, altcoin, I feel like a fool when you're down. So far down.
As it seems,
Altcoin, oh altcoin, you make me feel like a clown. But one day I hope that things will change.
screens flash by.
Maybe, but I don't think it's soon. Oh altcoins, when will you moon?
Echoes of fortunes will pursue. The shadows keep blocking my view. When moon crypto.
Dang, these little suckers got hit. Ooh, broccoli. She's chopping broccoli. It's sucking broccoli. Broccoli went from 8 cents down to 2, 3, almost 2.7 cents. Mumbaka rock has falling from 7 cents to 3.7.
Walls of shattered belief, wandering through force of disbelief. Dreams dangle.
Holy crap, moly.
Still trapped behind
What's going on here?
bars. When moon
We thought you was a horny toad.
I'm so tired of waiting. Everyone is capitulating.
Is that the old Trump coin that used to be worth $15 is now worth 20 cents? Yay. Yeah, man, Trump gonna get president, he gonna get elected, man. That thing gonna go to the moon, man. We gonna make all our money there. I already sold all the them cattle over there we had and everything. Sold the trailer, sold the tractor and all that, and putting all in Trump coin, man. I know I'm gonna play this guy. Woo, baby, I play this one right. Now I know about a lot about them, about $15 and everything. I put some more in, about 11, bring them my cost and all that. Yeah, yeah, baby. Sure enough, I ain't bought more than $9.99 and then $8 in there. I decided to sink it. Honey, we're gonna sink it all in. Now I'm down a little bit, and I know it's only worth about 20 cents right now. That's crazy, you know. $100,000 turned into 69 cents, but hey, man, we make it back. Trump, MAGA. My Chinese doctor's gonna take my kidney. I'm gonna put that in it next week. DCA, MAGA.
One of these days, I'll show you. I'll put up your house in a Lambo. Jed Clampett style.
Good night, everybody.